Good morning, Houston, Texas. This is today, Wednesday, February 7th. And if you're in South Texas, be grateful you're not in Washington, D.C. at this hour. There's a snowstorm underway in the nation's capital, and the only things moving may be farmers staging demonstrations on their tractors. Good morning, all. This is the Today program. I'm Tom Brokaw, here with Gene Shalit and Jane Pauley, busy at work even as we get started during this hour of the Today program. During the first 30 minutes, we're going to be talking about the question of when a child is legitimate or illegitimate, when that phrase may be outlawed in much of the country. Lois Hernandez, who fought the battle for 11 years in Pennsylvania, now her two children will no longer be called illegitimate. They'll have ordinary birth certificates. We'll be talking about that during this half hour of Today.
And according to my timetable, there's going to be a Supertrain pulling in the next half hour, and Jack Perkins is going to tell you all about it. Some train. Station break.
Women in White, a sizzling miniseries, Thursday at 9 on NBC.
However, you know I'm a big train fan. I never, however, have been on a train that cost $6 million, at least not to my knowledge I haven't. But there is a Supertrain coming. Why, there it is. And Jack Perkins is going to be along in this half hour to tell us all about the Supertrain that hits NBC tonight, and we hope it's a hit.
And NBC hopes it stays on the tracks. There's a lot of money invested in that one. $6 million may be the low side of the budget, it turns out. NBC would give anything to have that many watching a new train that's coming down the tracks this week.
That's right, Tom. You know, the reason they call this a station is that there's a new train pulling in tonight. It's a Supertrain, and there's hope it will pull in a big audience because there's a lot riding on this train. Jack Perkins is at our Los Angeles station with the super lowdown as only Mr. Perkins knows how to give it. Whoop, whoop.
Good morning from the MGM lot here in Los Angeles. Usually when we do a piece about a new television program going on the air, we come and interview the star of it. Well, we can't do that in this case because, as many critics have said, the star of this new show is a train.
Supertrain is ready to depart.
It's not even a real train, though a lot of money has been spent to make it look real. It exists only here on the sound stages at MGM, where set designers build it at enormous cost.
I noticed that the logo, after that stuntman walked out, it's a little rough, so what we'll do is touch that up and kind of fix that trim around the windows.
Ned Parsons, in charge of designing and building what is easily the most expensive set ever made for a TV program.
Yeah, we can, he has easy access to
You're right, because these are all functional, they should work.
Yeah.
Lights, all the lights function.
Jim, let's go up
To build this elaborate mock-up, a train going nowhere, 250 workers labored in shifts around the clock for 3 months. All that manpower and overtime got to be frightfully expensive. How expensive? Well, reportedly at least $5 million just to build the set. The program, if it doesn't work, could be canceled after 13 weeks.
What we'll do is keep our practicals off our panels. That also helps pump up the light in the panels. If these things are on rollers, we can cheat them in and out of the shop. We'll probably do a kind of a Mount Rushmore down here. Okay, great.
As the storyline has it, the Supertrain is atomic-powered, replete with an onboard swimming pool, disco, what have you. It can go 200 miles an hour, which means if somebody popped out of a hatch at full speed, he'd be blown away. And they've got the special effect for that, too. In all, putting this set together so quickly has been quite a job for Ned Parsons.
It's like being put through the ringer, and now I'm out of it, and I'm starting to realize, yeah, I walk around myself and I look at this, and I'm kind of amazed that, you know, in this short time we put together this project. It impresses me.
What's the next town, TC?
Crestview here, coming up.
When you see the inside of the train, it is Ned Parsons' set, film of passing countryside projected beyond. Sometimes, when you see the train outside, it's really a miniature, a small model. But here, for the chase scene, it's a mock-up of the roof of the Supertrain bolted onto the top of a real train, rolling along a real railroad.
Every Susie and Sam. Another old dead end in there. Hey, stop the train! Somebody stop the train! Hey, what are you doing out there? Get back in here! You gotta save him! Stop the train!
Stop the train, hell! You want to save your friend, don't you, son? TC, redline this thing!
Hang on to your hat, Sam.
And that's how it goes on board a $5 million set called a Supertrain. For today, Jack Perkins, Los Angeles.
Now that is some train. I love to travel by train, and I think I'm going to go on that one, but on the inside of it rather than the outside of it. That's on tonight on NBC, Supertrain. Now we'll be back after this message.
If you've got to be somewhere by the top of the hour, we figure you've got roughly 3 minutes and 15 seconds in which to get there. So better hurry. Take the Supertrain if possible. That's coming up tomorrow here on Today.
The 2-hour premiere of Supertrain. Loaded with mystery.
I think somebody's trying to kill me.
Filled with fun.
What how long you think he'll be able to stay down?
And packed with action. Supertrain. Catch it tonight, followed by Quincy on the new NBC.